Trey has a right foot contusion, kind of rolled his ankle a little bit. I watched it. But everything, all his imaging checked out fine. He'll be day to day, and we'll continue to evaluate him and see where he is. But
and then Z says he expects to play. What was he unable to do today at practice?
He did everything. We had more of a light practice, just an execution day for us, and he went through all of our drills, all of our work. Got some work in the weight room. We'll come in tomorrow and have more of a sharper practice and get prepared for Monday's game. So excited to get him back.
That Boston team was in the finals. It's gotten off to as good a start as anybody. Do you look at that as a measuring stick game against, like, all right, this is how we square up against, class of the NBA right now?
We do. They're a good team. And, they shoot a ton of catch-and-shoot threes. They got guys that can isolate. They can get to the basket. It was a good measuring stick for our team just to see where we are. And I thought we did a lot of good in the game, especially quarters 2, 3, and 4. There's some areas that we can clean up. Our game plan discipline, we have to be better at closing the guys' feet, making them put the ball on the deck, and not giving them open three after open three. They had 10 threes in the first quarter, and then for the rest of the game they had 10. That's an area that we can improve on. But, I still like where we are as a group, and we'll continue to build on that. There's some things that we can improve on also.
We talked to Zion a little bit about the offense, and he said, basically, he's kind of taking the long view right now. I mean, I know, especially in the media, we can look at, very short term. How do you balance between, we want to figure everything out right now, but also it's an 82-game season?
I mean, that's just the facts, is that it is an 82-game season. So when we're evaluating our team, we're always trying to prepare, but we don't need to be an elite team right away. We need to become elite. And in order to do that, you just continue to build on the foundation, continue to build on the simple things, making the right plays, being disciplined on defense, contesting shots, and over again, when you continue to do the right things, you become elite. And that's on both ends of the floor for us. Those are the things that we're working towards.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So just how's the foot feeling right now?
Foot feeling's a lot better. Got some work in today, and I feel really good.
How much of practice were you able to do today?
We did a little 30-30 split, just going through some plays. I got some PD working with Spoon, and then I got lifting, but I feel straight.
So at this point, is it just kind of a pain tolerance thing, whether or not you'll be able to play?
As of now, I can say I'm definitely playing Monday. I don't see why I wouldn't at this point. Had enough time off it. The pain seems gone at this point.
So that pain didn't bother you after, I think you twisted at the start of the fourth quarter against Houston, right? You were able to play through, you didn't feel anything until afterwards?
I felt it a little bit, but it wasn't nothing for me to be like, man, it's really something crazy. I didn't feel it till the next morning when I woke up. I was like, man, I feel like I could barely walk on it. Went and got all the scans, a little simple bone bruise, but now the pain is, like I said, it's really gone.
Was there any nerves because it was the same foot?
Yeah, it was a moment where I was kind of scared, like, man, I ain't trying to go through this again. I just went through it, but scans were positive outside of the bruise, but no, I'm straight.
That Houston game, did you feel like you guys found something offensively, with you on the perimeter, guard setting screens? Do you feel like you guys, found something you could build on going forward?
Absolutely. But at the same time, I think Coach does a great job outside of that and just putting us in winning positions. And, we play 10 games together, maybe not even that. So it's still a learning experience for us, but I think with Coach leading us, we're going to be just fine.
I know you hate watching from the side, but what really stood out to you these last 3 games, seeing what the team was able to do?
They did their thing. They got the win against Memphis, and they got the win against Chicago. Unfortunately, we came up short last night against, I can't even remember. Boston. I'm sorry. You know, I try to. I look at film on losses, but man, but I mean, Boston came out the gates shooting. I remember I looked up at the screen. I'm like, man, they're shooting 63% from three right now, and 100% from free throw. Like, I mean, they were feeling it. The first quarter, just can't have quarters like that because from quarter 2 to 4, we won those 3 quarters, but because of quarter 1, it was just playing catch up the whole game.
Speaking of three-point shooting, Hop's three-point shooting, Brandon is 6th in the NBA in three-point percentage. I mean, how big
He's
is it?
6th?
6th, yep.
You know what? I think about it. Whenever he shoots threes, I don't really see him miss. So that's a fair statement.
how big is it just to see him, for him individually and the team, just for him to be shooting like that well?
I mean, you see it. I mean, he walks in the threes. There are threes where, I played BI for like 2-3 years. Usually he likes to get his mini, but lately, I mean, y'all see the confidence. He just walks into those threes. He shoots contested threes that look tough, but for him, I mean, they're great shots.
The play where Trey blocked Levine, took it down and dunked. It looked like you're pretty fired up about that one. What got you so excited about that play?
Trey been showing out a little bit with his bounce. I knew he had 2-foot bounce, but I didn't think he had 1-foot bounce. So Trey, I'm gonna give you your respect on that.
You more impressed with Trey's dunk or when Larry sent
Larry, stop it.
Simon
What?
to the bench?
He fell right at your feet, right?
Yeah, like so he dunked, and I'm like, oh, okay. Larry got another little poster, but when he fell over near the bench, I'm like shocked. I don't know whether to look at him or look at Larry. Like, man, like, nah, that was different. And, you ask Larry about it, Larry's like, stop it. I do that often. It's fine. Like, Larry, that wasn't regular, but it's fine.
And what's really stood out to you the way Jose has been impacting the game as his role has grown in the past few weeks?
I tell Jose all the time, Jose is the X factor for us. I mean, when him and Najee come in the game and they bring that dog energy, y'all see it. It influences the game. Like, even if the offensive player hits a tough shot, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, that energy they bring shifts the game.
So do you feel like Jose's the grittiest small player in the NBA? I hate to say the word small, but
No, I know what you mean. No, there's no disrespect intended on it. Bias, absolutely. Other players, I think I would give T.J. McConnell his respect. I mean, him and Jose, they get to it. They pick up full court and they bring energy every game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, just compete. Obviously, some things don't go our way. Like last night, we didn't win the game, but it's a lot of positives that come out of it. That's a championship caliber team, and we know what it takes, and they play like that all the time. So now, little things we had to fix and adjust, and we be right with them. So it's just a major on just focusing on us.
And so you went out after the game last night and got some shots up. Just what was kind of the motivation behind that?
When you go 0 for 6, it's just one. I don't wish I made all of them, but I wish I made 2 of them, and then I feel like it made a difference in the game. But I'm out there to compete and make shots, and when I don't do that, I feel like I just didn't do my part. But hey, shoot is shoot, and I'll be all right. I feel comfortable. I feel confident still. It's just it wasn't my day that day of shooting, but. I just came in today, got better, and still shot the ball as well as I think I could shoot the ball.
Because as somebody who knows defense, what has stood out to you about Dyson Daniels? He picks up full court like anybody, but at his height, he can stay with anybody. It seems like.
Oh, he's a freak athlete. Plays defense really well. It's not just luck. He's been doing it since. That's why we drafted him. We know how good, capable defensively he could be, and offensively he's getting there too. So it's just about confidence with him. I think he wants to show that he belongs here and wants to show that he could guard anybody. So with that attitude, you obviously gonna have somewhat a drive to be a great defender, which he is.
How much fun is it when you're sharing the court with him and maybe even Herb sometimes?
Good, it gets me going, how some people say when I get steals, it gets, them going. When I see them, guarding 94 feet, it makes me want to be like, I got, my man ain't going nowhere, so let's, I'm going to do the same thing. So it's just, it's contagious, when, people playing really good defense and playing hard, it's just something that you just want to work hard for them.
And you and Herb were able to make an impact defensively y'all rookie year, but y'all had a lot of experience coming into the league. You know, Dyson's just 19 years old. How wild is it to see just how young he is and the way he's playing on that end?
Oh, for sure. You know, it's crazy. 19. You know, obviously first year in the league, but you know, looking like he's ready. So you know, it's just something that. You know, I'm proud of him and him just being confident. As you talk to him and as you hear conversations, you could tell that nothing's going to fear him or he just want to be here. You know, he wants to be on the floor with everybody and compete with the best. So, you know, he's a 19-year-old that's ready for a lot of smoke. Yeah.
BI is sixth in the NBA in three-point percentage. I mean, what do you think about just the start that he's gotten off to shooting-wise and how
he's shooting the heck out the ball. He watching film on me. Tell him to stop watching film on me, man. Nah, but you know, he's stepping up his game. You know, obviously we know how good he is on back to the basket. But you know, to him to extend his game out there, he's gonna be unguardable. So for him to do that is, you know, a major big step for him, and you know, he's on a different level. You know, he want to compete. He want to be the best. So, and for him to, you know, elevate his game to making threes, shoot mid-range, do everything he can in the game is, you know, trying to be the best.